Hi and welcome. My name's Tolan and I'm the co-founder of ProductivityMe. In this video, we'll cover the in-application level keyboard shortcut of ctrl F4 and discuss how to close terminal single windows while leaving the targeted application running. System buttons are the little minus sign, maximize sign, and X in the upper right-hand side of your screen. In the older versions of Microsoft Office, in programs like Microsoft Word, Excel, Outlook, and PowerPoint, each time that you had a window, you'd have two sets of system buttons, one for the window and one for the application itself. This dual set of system buttons seems to have disappeared. For example, with Microsoft Office 2013 products, there are no longer clearly distinct differentiation between the system buttons on the Microsoft Office windows and the application itself. Each time that you open up an additional window, that window will open up in its own isolated unit. This unit will have its own Windows ribbon, and thus there's not really a need for two sets of distinct system buttons. This being said, there are instances, however, that you might want to close the final window of a Microsoft Office application, but leave that application running. This can be achieved by using the keyboard shortcut ctrl F4 or ctrl W. In this video, we'll examine that of ctrl F4. Pressing ctrl F4 will close the currently selected application window. However, if your active window is the only remaining application window for that specific application, i.e. it's the last Microsoft Word document currently open in Word, then pressing ctrl F4 will close the Microsoft Word document but keep the application of Microsoft Word running. There are a few exceptions to this rule. For example, hitting ctrl F4 will close out many of your internet browser windows, as well as the application, regardless if you only have one tab. We will address this point in a later video. However, let's look at a quick example of how to use ctrl F4 within the Microsoft Office operating environment. Let's say that you had two Microsoft Window documents open. Again, let's say that one's called Marketing Plan and the other is called January 5th Memo. If you want to close these two documents but not the application of Microsoft Word, then first select the window that you'd like to close. Let's say in this example that it's the Marketing Plan. Then, with that file open and selected, press the Control key and the F4 key. This combination closes the first window. In the case of this example, it's your Marketing Plan. If you press ctrl F4 a second time, this will close out your January 5th memo. But unlike when we used Alt F4 in the previous video, pressing ctrl F4 will actually leave Microsoft Word running. Although the application itself is still running, if you want to type something in Microsoft Word, you'd have to either open up an existing document with something like Ctrl O, or you could create a new document with Ctrl N. This would allow you to type and make edits within Microsoft Word. This keyboard shortcut is great. I really like ctrl F4. Later in this series, when we address keyboard shortcuts for how to optimize your internet browser, we'll discuss the functionality of ctrl F4 and alt F4 within the context of internet browsers, and how the functionality of ctrl F4 and alt F4 are somewhat different for browsers than they are for Microsoft Word applications. In our next video, we'll cover the keyboard shortcut ctrl W. Identical to ctrl F4, it will close an application window while still keeping that application active. As we've done before, I'd like to say thanks for watching. See you again soon.